Today we're looking at Isaiah 18, one of the more mysterious chapters in the book of Isaiah. This prophecy addresses a distant land described as being beyond the rivers of Cush. In the ancient world, Cush referred to regions south of Egypt, generally associated with areas of modern-day Sudan and Ethiopia. The chapter opens by describing a land of whirring wings, a nation sending envoys across the seas in swift boats made of papyrus. In Isaiah's time, this likely referred to powerful African kingdoms that had influence around the Nile and occasionally interacted with Israel and the surrounding nations. They were known for sending messengers and ambassadors by river. But Isaiah's message is not just about geography. It is about God's authority over all nations. The people described are tall, smooth-skinned, feared far and wide, a powerful and aggressive nation whose land is divided by rivers. Yet despite their power, God makes something very clear. The Lord says He will quietly watch. While nations are moving armies, sending ambassadors, and preparing strategies, God says He will remain still, like heat shimmering in the sunshine, like a cloud of dew in the harvest heat. This is an important biblical pattern. Human nations rush, scheme, and struggle for control. But God is never rushed. He observes. He waits for the exact moment of His intervention. Then Isaiah uses the imagery of harvest. Just before the harvest ripens, before the grapes fully mature, God says He will cut off the shoots with pruning knives. The branches will be removed and left for the birds and beasts. In other words, human power will rise, appear ready to dominate, and then suddenly be cut down before reaching its full glory. History shows this pattern repeatedly. Empires grow, boast, and expand, yet at the moment they seem unstoppable, they collapse. The chapter then ends with a surprising conclusion. After this judgment, a gift will be brought to the Lord of hosts from that very same distant nation. This reveals a powerful truth about God's plan. The goal of God as judgment is not merely destruction. It is ultimately the recognition of His sovereignty. Nations that once stood in pride eventually acknowledge the authority of the Lord. Isaiah 18 reminds us that God sees every nation, every movement of power, and every ambition of mankind. No kingdom rises without His awareness, and no empire lasts forever, but the kingdom of the Lord endures.